It is March 15th, the third day of Israel being on its way to be a national quarantine. So you're here with Jade Israel in Haifa, Israel. I'm not a smart person, okay? This is a joke for me to do this. So this is very hard for me to act very serious. So this is just a vlog of me telling you guys how it is. In Israel, we have had a couple of occurrences. It started with Koreans that they found had corona as soon as they got back to Korea. Then there were some Russians later after that. Found out that they also had the virus and they traveled again all throughout Israel. They were the ones that got the Palestinians all? Beit Lechem?
I think they were the main ones.
Beit Lechem, apparently Arab Palestinian settlement. So then we had all of the Italian Jews and all the Italian tourists come in and they were all quarantined for the first 2 weeks. A lot of the carriers come from them also. So there's 7.3% of people that have the coronavirus out of the 25,000 there in Italy that have been dying. And it's twice the amount as... No, you refuse. You refuse to be interviewed. I tried to get this guy to be interviewed. He refused. No, I gotta say, he's the one that reads up on this. I don't do that because it just makes me upset and it gets me all whatever. And so I was supposed to interview him. So I guess he's willing to be interviewed today. This is my hubs. I am going to interview him. I have
listen to you break your brains on.
Well, I don't read it.
What do you want to ask me?
So he's gonna sit in my chair. Everybody's working from home now, pretty much, because we're under quarantine, which I actually have been excited about.
I'm just a drunker.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
It's okay. As long as it's not Corona beer. It's nighttime because our kids are home. That's the only way we can film it. This is his first day working from home. What is happening in Israel?
Just whatever happens in the rest of the world, you know?
Okay, so
except for a little virus going around. About 1 out of 600,000 Israelis are sick with us, so that's why we decided to shut down the whole country. It's the right thing to do.
It says there's 213 in the hospital now.
The development of the virus, more and more people getting sick could break down the hospital. The largest hospital in Israel has 1,500 beds. The virus can easily jump up to large numbers. And if you have a situation where there's 10,000 sick in Israel, there's not enough beds in hospitals, and then the hospitals won't be able to continue supporting other people that are sick.
Like 2,596 people that work in hospitals and stuff are under like hardcore quarantine.
No hardcore quarantine. That's what we're doing now.
It's so weird. You walk the streets here, people are like
hakalugaing at each other. Outside, it seems like. Oops. Because their stores are still open, okay? Coffee shops are not allowed to be open, but any food stores are open. People are out, you know? People are off work. You rarely see a mask. On the other hand, if you dare cough in the street...
Yes, you don't cough in the street, no. You'll be tackled.
I think this whole thing is a great practice for society changing its ways and not going into work and working from home and making new regulations about that.
Well, I like it.
It's much more family. You're living in an environment that's your own, you know?
I never used to see this guy. Now all of a sudden he's in my house.
Yeah, I'm doing school, I'm doing work, I'm doing kid time, I'm doing everything else. It's kind of something
I have to get used to. How is it to be under quarantine? You go outside, you hear music everywhere. I can only assume that if you go to like a moshav or some kind of village, well, they're probably all barbecuing, you know, or doing some little activities with their kids outside.
It's nice. I think it's a nice rest for the world. It's not nice for the people that get sick.
And it's not nice for the people that are losing money. In Israel, all schools, all universities, they're all online now.
All kindergartens and elementary schools are off. In general, you're not supposed to go visit anybody. Now you have grandparents and stuff.
I miss his parents. I haven't seen his parents for a long time.
Yeah.
My parents are in the States. They're worried about me not stocking up. Alright, other questions. So tell me about this animal thing with the virus.
It's some hampalupa that the Chinese like eating. It's like some kind of traditional Chinese wild animal, and they use the scales for Chinese medicine. There's actually a myth: a man eats the babies of this animal straight from its mother's stomach. It gives him great powers or something.
That's horrible. How many did they find trafficked?
2010, they found thousands of pregnant females.
Is there not enough food, meat?
There's all these wet markets, they call them.
Wet markets? Wet?
I don't know why it's called a wet wet market. It's basically you buy live stock they kill on the spot. The big problem is they're trafficking animals from everywhere. They can bring a fox from the Sahara together with a monkey from Africa and put them in the same cage. And these animals are not meant to be together. So they can infect each other with viruses they can't deal with. And it increases the mutations of these viruses. Systems are not eating food they're supposed to eat. They're in high stress. So these animals are susceptible to catching these viruses. And then they transmit into the handlers of these animals that are also with these animals in nature. It's just a big brew of viruses.
And that's what they said it was like the mix between the bats. So that one guy that ate a bad bat.
If the bat's not mushy on the bottom, don't eat it. It's just don't eat bats, bro. The worst part here is the aftermath of all this.
What's the world?
Poverty kills too.
Alright guys, while he goes and looks up all of his information, I will tell you guys what I'm doing about this whole epidemic. I've been drinking echinacea. And then there's this one, which is against viruses, which is called Sambucus nigra floss. There you go. As well as going on runs. Yeah, so it's pretty dead outside. The stores look like they're closed. There's no one on the streets. I hear everybody listening to like radios. There's one guy wearing like a beanie thing.
Look over here. If you look over here, there's a line. Assuming you believe that Russia actually has 1 or 2 cases, Russia has 63 confirmed. But
one doctor.
If you look at this line, there's a certain weather probably going on around here. It influences it.
Those might have been tourists.
Look at America, Canada, and if you go higher than that line, nothing happened. So
basically, you're saying the weather is an influence.
You have the major breakouts are Italy, Spain, Iran, China. Temperatures around 12, I think. Also.
Wuhan?
Even though there it's already on a downfall. It got warmer, but I wonder if you look 2 weeks ago, 13% rainy. Where do you want? Africa.
Madagascar.
Nigeria. 28.
Because they're in the summertime right now.
What place in Russia?
Moscow.
It's probably going to be colder. -5. Washington, D.C. So it is also around that 10, 12, 13. It's 28. Nobody's getting sick. And if you go to Russia, it's -5 degrees. Nobody's getting sick. So once it start getting hot here, and it's going to spread slower and slower. And hopefully it will be deceased from the world.
Okay, so say goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'm gonna put that in and you're gonna be like, what the heck was that?
And the camera goes,
goodbye! So I'm gonna go on my run, guys. You guys posted, we're gonna do our shop. I'll bring you guys with us if it starts getting more crazy. Keep watching for the next one. Ciao!